What's up, guys? It's Ninja Hona Ninja. And so I recorded a video right now. Problem is, it stopped recording, and I was talking the whole time, and I didn't know that it was not recording. And so I don't know if it's going to be as good as it could have been. Forgive me, but it is what it is because I want this idea out. Fortunately, I do have a script, so that does help. But yeah, there's a lot of shit that I don't know if I'm gonna bring up or not. But I might also bring up more because I went over it once. Anyways, um, so yeah.
including animals. And for complex, that would then evolve into more complex organisms, including animals. And for
Okay, so that time I didn't show it,
that
but
would then evolve into more complex organisms, including animals. And for 90,
for some reason it's not showing it. My computer's fucking up, I think. Yeah, I need to restart, but I'm not going to right now. Oh, wrong way, I think.
and for complex, that would then evolve into more complex organisms, including animals.
Okay, see that? You said it looks to the side. I want you to know he's doing that because he feels like he has to. And basically, what's going on there? It's a fake it to make it world we live in, and he's faking like he has. It's introspective and then outrospective or something. I don't remember the names, but personality. It's when they're an introvert and an extrovert or something like that, and he's pretending like he can speak to somebody, but he can't. He's reading a script. And right there, we can see he's going back to read his notes, and then he records a little bit. You can see with his hands. He records, and you can tell he's reciting, and then he stops and checks and then starts recording and so forth and so on, right? Or he edits or whatever, right? The thing is, there are people in the world who do this too, but that the script that was written by somebody else, or it was written by them, but they sell themselves as like I have a lot of personality, but it's fake. And this is showing you how they fake it, basically. There's actually somebody I didn't even bring up in the last recording, so thank goodness that it stopped then. But I found my record my note. It's the downfall of America. Basically, there is somebody named Philip DeFranco, and basically, you can tell he is not really good at personality. I mean, at this point now, he might because he's got away with it for so long, but basically, what he would do is he would talk, edit, talk, edit, talk, edit, talk, edit, talk. And so his whole video would have like 50,000 edits, but each one, it wasn't an edit for the sake of putting more information. It was an edit because he was reading from a script. And it's that kind of fake it till you make it thing that's going on. Me, I'm real, right? I have a script, but I'm not reading from it. I haven't started yet, right? I'm going to go over it and make sure I cover all my bases, but I'm just kind of freeballing it here right now, right? And so my point is, now take him. He gets hired from a corporation to do the job, but you can't edit and fake a personality when you have to do it. That's why America sucks. Is because everybody in the world is fake it till you make it. And the thing is, they actually can't do it. Whereas this guy that I'm showing you in the video, he actually can because he's the one who gathered the information he's talking about and he's actually interested in it. And my guess is that he's faking it because that's what you expect from him. And there's a saying, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? That's what that is. It's don't hate him, hate the game. But with the person I mentioned before, oops, fucking, where is it? Philip DeFranco, um, basically. And there's others like Luke Beasley, Adam Mockler, Chris Mowry, Kyle Kalinske, David Pacman, The Rational National, Philip DeFranco, Steve Mold, Colton Wexler, Hassan Parker, Tim Pool, Caroline Levitt, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Lord Trump, Mike Huck. The list goes on and on and on. Anyways, they fake it until they make it. And that's why America sucks, is because you don't have anyone who's real. Like, I'm real. I can talk for days without a script or without something to go off of because I'm real. And I never had the urge to fight anybody to prove that I'm not real because why? Why do I need to fight you? I'm real. You're not. You have everything to prove. I don't. I am. You want to be. You have to fight. I don't. Right? The thing was, when I was brought up, I didn't know that. I didn't, like, other people didn't know how to tell who was real and who wasn't real. And I didn't know that I had to prove myself, basically. And that's why I was, and like, even now, like, I don't care for the most part, but until I do care. But, anyways, let me go with my news. My news, my script. So I'm glad you fudged up because it points out how people tried to fake a personality when in reality they are reading from a script and just using edits and cuts to pretend to be more alpha minded than they are. And again, with you being a person who is talking about science and whatnot, it's fine. By the way, remember Conan? He's an example. Jay Leno, he's an example. I think they're actually on my list. Bill Burr, Russell Peters, Conan O'Brien, Jay Leno, talk show hosts in general. I'm trying to remember. It's Jay Leno. Who was that guy who was before Jay Leno? I don't remember his name. He was before my time. But anyways, the point is that they had a crew of writers basically who would write a script for them, and then they would take that script and give it to Jay Leno or Conan O'Brien or whatever, and then they would read it, and then they would take all of the glory. And that's what I'm seeing from people like Luke Beasley, Adam Mockler, Chris Mowry, Kyle Kalinske, David Pacman, The Rational National, Philip DeFranco, and whatnot. By the way, David Pacman is a bitch. He plans to bail. Kyle Kalinske, who abuses drugs, gulp and sniff again, and I wrote this down. That's why I went right now because he literally does and drugs, and he abused it, and he talked about it on Jordan Peterson, or I'm not Jordan Peterson. The fuck is his name? The dude Joe Rogan. He talked about it on Joe Rogan, right? And then Philip DeFranco is the number 2 faker. Number 3 is Hassan Parker. I think Tim Pool is Tim Pool is number 1, and that's because he actually went to Trump's office so he can sniff Trump's chair, right? But anyways, so yeah, it's just fake to make it people, and they use edits to pretend to be something they ain't. The issue is you, as one who used this method, you are just traffic and you are pretending to be a hot rod, and all of the girls and joys of successful people who earned it, high paying jobs or high powered jobs and such, or the girls that got pointed out before, that should be given to hot rods or alphas to help the human race evolve into something great and something real, are now going to liars and fakers, and it's causing an end of the line scenario because fake it can't make it, and the real people in the world who could are dying alone, and they're not getting with anybody, and so alphas are not prevailing, and instead fakers are, and that's why America sucks. That's why the world sucks. It's because they're not real, and the problem is the people who are not real are leading the way. The problem is they can't lead for shit because they can't lead for shit, right? So you have to go through all of them, and they call them traffic, by the way, because everyone knows what traffic is, and everyone hates traffic. That's what those fakers are when you're an alpha. So they have to go through all of this traffic, which are fake people, even though that traffic should not be there. For example, when you're hiring a president, like there should only be like people present that go for. There should only be 5 people that are wanting to be president, right? But because of this fake it till you make it notion, there's 500,000 people trying, and everyone thinks that they can do it because they all want the money, they all want the power, they all want the fame, they all want the glory. And the thing is, the rich get to choose from that and see, which one could actually do it, and that's what's going on. Sorry, there's some glasses. But yeah, the reason why it shouldn't be there is because and the reason why it shouldn't be there is because it is fake. You are using edit and filters and shots to pretend to be something you are not. And that is the problem. The problem with the world today is people fake who they are so that they can make it, and that makes it where everyone else that could make it doesn't. The real people don't get picked up or heard, right? Because of the traffic. So this is the fake it to make it thing that I'm talking about, right? This is the consequence of the Hollywood mindset being professionally produced. We have females, hot females, that see a picture of themselves that was made in Hollywood, and they say they wish they looked like that girl. And though it's a picture of themselves, they say that they wish they looked that good. Because even though that's them, even they don't look that good. The problem is girls oops. The problem is girls grow up insecure and sell themselves out short because of this phenomenon. Now rinse off hot girl and repeat now rinse off hot girl and change it from hot girl to anything anywhere. Such as a job or position like a manager or even president, where they hire people who are fake and not real because they played the game, right? They put on a show to look like there's something they ain't. People were tricked into wanting this fake because people were wanting or tricked into wanting this fake because they didn't realize that this fake doesn't have what real has, and that is why the world suffers, right? So fake it to make it means I'm a hairdresser, but I actually never dressed hair in my life, and now I'm the one gonna do your hair, and you're expecting good things. I can't do it though. I can't make your hair great. I can't work wonders, but I want the money. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine your manager. I think it was no, not Walgreens. No, it was Walgreens. I had a manager there, and she never left her office. I had an assistant manager there who lied about cleaning the freezer. The manager found out, and the only reason why she found out was because she was walking me through the store, telling me about the store, and she's like, "I thought you said you cleaned this," and he's like, "No, no, no. I I marked it that I did it because I was gonna do it. I just do that," and she believed him, right? And the problem is that store sucked, and they both don't work there anymore, right? Eventually, because of bullshit. But the point is, neither do I, and my life could be better, and I could be successful, but because I got fucked over, because I got destroyed, because I got ruined, because of the fakers and all the bullshit, and all that noise, and the fake it to make it brigade. I never prevailed. You know what I'm saying? Imagine what's going on in the world, the whole fucking world. President Trump, right? He's there because he fucking all the rich people are just using him, and they're all keeping him alive, and they're all saying he's right and he knows what he's talking about, even though the people are like, you're wrong and you have no fucking idea, because in reality that's what it is. Anyways, thank you, dude. Whatever your name was again, let me see, Antoine or some shit. I think it's Antoine. Come on, computer. Yeah, Anton Petrov. So thank you. You're playing. Don't hit the blade, hit the game, and you're doing what they want, not because you're a baby dick, but because you want to be heard. And unfortunately, to be heard, you have to play this game. Fortunately for them, you're playing this game to be heard, but you know what you're talking about. And there are people in the world who want to be heard, but don't deserve to be heard, but they want to be heard. Just like the money and power and the bitches and whatever else, and that's the problem with the world, the fake it till you make it brigade, basically, right? That's why the world sucks. So, anyways, that's it. Be well, be happy, be safe, be awesome. Give me a shout out, because the rich don't want me to do well. And they're gonna shut me up and shut me down just like they do with Bernie Sanders. You know what I'm saying? They shut up anybody that, like, I am preventing you from running off a cliff, right? From depositing all of your money into their account and then jumping off a cliff. I'm preventing you from doing that. And the rich want me to shut up because they want you to keep paying to help them not have to work a day in their life. And then the more bullshit you believe, the less work they have to do. And so that's what I'm saying. Promote me so that I get spread around because they don't want me. Just like Sanders. Like I'm not Sanders. I'm alpha as fuck and I will kick someone in the balls. You know what I'm saying? If need be, if that's what it comes down to. I think the only reason I'm alive and the only reason why I'm not in prison is because I had a brain tumor and I had a stroke. If I had those things, I think my life would be going so well. I'd probably have kids. I'd probably have, anyways, because I too would have swallowed this bullshit that they're feeding us. And I'm trying to tell you now, as someone who's aware, wake up, America. They are fucking you over, Russia and China and all these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They try to shut up Bernie Sanders, to shut down Bernie Sanders. Like he's the number two most hot button in the world about everything, right? They tallied the world, and they wanted to know what are the most popular top three things ever. Bernie Sanders was number two, and guess where he is in America? Zero, because they don't want you to talk about him. That's how it works. Anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. I'm out. And I apologize. This is nowhere near as good as the first one, but whatever. Peace.